Welcome to the Strategies to Win podcast. I'm Christopher Mazurk, the owner of Mazloy LLC, and I'll be your host as we demystify marketing for small businesses. I recently released a book, and for the next few months, we'll be exploring excerpts from that material. In this episode, I'll answer the fundamental questions small businesses ask about digital marketing. So let's dig in and rock out. Digital Marketing Primer. Maybe you're a small business owner who's trying digital marketing for the first time, or maybe you've been to the rodeo before. You don't want to gamble or try and fail, and you want to know all you can about what to expect from the experience. Let's talk about what you should expect from your investment in digital marketing. What makes digital marketing challenging? Digital marketing is a blue ocean for most small businesses, an undefined or unknown market space. Most small business owners have money for operations, but they struggle to invest in marketing. Traditionally, there are 3 reasons for this, and they all come down to cost. 1. Traditional marketing channels, print, TV, etc., are too expensive. 2. Hiring and onboarding a marketing manager is cost prohibitive. 3. There's not enough time to do the work yourself. You'll notice that the last reason isn't directly related to dollars, but to time. When everyone needs your time, you can't delegate work and you end up wearing every hat at once. And when you do start delegating the work, there's a lot of people with a lot of questions. Further, most small business owners don't have the time to generate their own marketing plan or even provide the relevant information to a marketing team. And finally, most small business owners don't have the patience that marketing requires. It's really hard to be patient with marketing experiments when the money you're spending means you might need to wait to take your next vacation or hire your next employee. For all of these reasons, I believe that small business owners who invest in marketing deserve a return that goes beyond money. I want to give you your time back too. Why does most digital marketing fail? Effective marketing today goes beyond personal networks. It calls for structured lead generation, balanced sales and operations, and clear team responsibilities. To achieve sustainable growth, businesses need to be thought leaders while experimenting with new channels and messages. We're witnessing an evolution of sales and marketing strategies for small businesses. 1. Building the airplane. Small businesses are great at pivoting their focus. This creates short-term wins. It's also poisonous to marketing efforts. 2. Traditional versus the internet. Traditional marketing like personal networks and word of mouth can only go so far. The internet opens new doors, but it needs formal lead generation efforts to keep things moving. 3. Sales and operations balance. While operations managers know efficiency, they may lack the sales skills that drive growth. A balanced approach ensures both areas work together effectively. 4. Playing to positional strengths. Sales teams shine at closing leads, not generating them. Shifting their focus to closing can boost productivity and create room for formalized marketing efforts. 5. Diverse marketing tactics. From brand building and digital presence to data-driven outreach, successful marketing requires aligning different approaches with both immediate and long-term goals. 6. Scaling with strategy. Small businesses often need to move from a relationship-based, founder-driven approach to a scalable, structured one, which calls for adaptive leadership and investment in the right reporting tools. Many marketing campaigns fall short because they lack a unified strategy and still lean on traditional techniques, overlooking the value of metrics and reports. Scattered marketing efforts and unbalanced team roles add to the challenge. With focus, patience, and the right strategy, marketing success is within reach, and this audiobook will explain how. How much should digital marketing cost? The rule of thumb is that you should invest 10% of your annual revenue target into digital marketing. Ideally, your profit margins are healthy enough to afford that. Some marketing experts also make compelling arguments for marketing costs to be based on profit, which also makes sense as a responsible choice. Traditional marketing, word of mouth, and networking will take a long time to get you to a point where you can invest in that way. At Mazloy, we spend 10% of our annual revenue on marketing efforts. That's how we see growth, and that's what we recommend. So with that said, most small businesses between $500,000 and $10 million in annual revenue should start out with an organic marketing budget of $2,000 to $3,000 a month. That puts your annual budget at $24,000 to $36,000, which, of course, is less than the 10% of annual revenue or $50,000 recommended minimum. So where does the rest of this budget go? Answer: paid campaigns. Google ads, Facebook ads, and other paid platforms give you the ability to drive traffic quickly to the experiments that you're running. That said, the majority of your budget should go toward organic efforts. Those will pay off in the long term, whereas the paid campaigns only last as long as you can pay for them. They're a great way to give your organic efforts an early boost. How much should you spend on a lead? There are different ways to determine your lead value and countless calculators available. Everybody has their own way of doing it. What I'm going to outline is a derivative of Google's recommended method. First of all, you have to start with your customer lifetime value. A lot of the aforementioned ways of doing this recommended using just an average sale as opposed to the lifetime value. That's a bit short-sighted. You're going to get a lot more out of the client than just that initial sale, so the value we use here should be representative of that. If you don't have the customer lifetime value on hand, connect with your accountant who can pull the report from your accounting system. The next thing that you're going to need is your profit margin. The first step of the calculation is to multiply your customer lifetime value by your profit margin percentage. Then you'll need to know your typical close rate, the percentage of deals that you close. You can pull this from your CRM. For the calculation, take the result of the customer lifetime value and profit margin multiplication and multiply that by your close rate. The final piece that you need, and this is one that most calculators tend to overlook, is your referral rate. You should be getting some referrals from your clients. We want to make sure this is factored into the equation. To finish the calculation, you need to take the number you just created, your customer lifetime value multiplied by your profit margin percentage, and then all of that multiplied by your close rate, and add it to that same number multiplied by your referral rate. This gives you the maximum amount that you should be spending per lead. We call this your lead value. You can use this number to evaluate the success of your marketing campaign. It will help you determine whether or not you're getting the return on investment that you need to move the needle. How long does it take to get started? It usually takes at least 90 days to get all of your marketing elements in place, which include clear messaging that speaks to your audience, a website with clear calls to action, and transitional and direct calls to action. Your transitional call to action will be gated by forms that capture email addresses. Those transitional calls to action will expand your marketing efforts if they offer something of legitimate value to your customers. This is always the hardest piece, putting out something that the customer will value. Getting everything started, even if you're working with a marketing team, usually takes about 90 days. Even an experienced agency will have an onboarding process to maintain their profit margins and provide an efficient, effective service. Of course, there are other audiobooks out there that recommend specific marketing strategies, hopefully because those techniques worked for their authors. But those will take time to set up too. And if you're doing it yourself, that 90 days isn't just 3 months of occasional side work, it's going to require a substantial time investment from you and your team. For example, a good website will probably take upwards of 80 man-hours to complete, even without the transitional call to action. You'll also need to get reporting and analytics in place and set up all the different accounts that entails. And organic efforts take a while, which is why I recommend including paid ads in your budget. There are a lot of steps to get your marketing foundation put in place. How long will it take to see results? Once you have the foundation in place, you can run multivariate tests. Those are the experiments that will make your marketing a scientific effort. If you have all of those tools in place, again, there are 2 ways that you can get started. There's the paid route, where you can start to see results in traffic immediately. However, your cost per conversion is probably going to be higher than you want it to be. Or you can start seeing high quality traffic and conversions through organic Google placements and organic social media results. Those will probably take another 3 to 6 months to ramp up. Marketing results can take time to appear, but you'll hear how to earn some quick wins later in the audiobook. What is good digital marketing today? Today, good marketing isn't a gamble, a hack, or a door hanger campaign. Digital marketing is experiment-driven. You start with a constant, which might be an existing website or landing page. You make one tweak, modify one variable, and drive traffic to your marketing tool so that you can measure the results, and then you adjust based on what you learned. This is a process. It takes time. Unfortunately, most small business owners can't afford the patience to allow those changes to play out and accumulate. But if you approach it with the right frame of mind, aware of your resources and how you can get the engine moving, opportunities are everywhere. What is bad digital marketing today? Maybe it would be better to call it digital marketing in dreamland. You see, many small business owners think that marketing today means going viral or finding the latest and greatest hack to make marketing work for them. And just a side note, you'll need to imagine my finger quotes around viral and hack. An awful lot of small business owners who invest in digital marketing have this misconception. There are lots of different schemes used in digital marketing. The companies that are on top of those schemes early on find that other businesses will use them too. Eventually, everyone will start exploiting them, and if all your eggs are in that basket, then your business will stop growing. Further, business owners who see marketing this way inevitably see the next hack as an all-in gamble, usually with the same disappointing outcome. These are high-risk marketing strategies, and since marketing is ultimately measured by the return on investment, it's prudent to mitigate risk wherever possible. Other small businesses are still marketing traditionally through print, mailers, and other pre-internet techniques, or they're networking and meeting clients through word of mouth. That's great, because they're leaving that blue ocean just for you. The smart bet is investing in a digital marketing foundation that will thrive regardless of the latest trends. And you can still do that today. The fundamentals haven't changed. Yes, you have to look at marketing as a science and run experiments all the time, but that's always been true. Now, networking and referrals can be effective to a point, but relying on these methods means you're not growing your audience as effectively as possible, or even reaching everyone who might make a good customer. It's also a lot of time-consuming work, which lumps it into that high-risk category. Digital marketing expands your audience from the handful of people you can talk to each day to, well, everyone on the internet. Repurpose the time you spend networking to serve your clients, improve your operations, or go on that vacation. That's why digital marketing is a huge blue ocean opportunity for most small businesses, and this audiobook will help you reap those rewards. Thank you for joining me today as I answered the fundamental questions small businesses ask about digital marketing. If you'd like to buy my book and access the supplemental content, please visit mazloy.com/win. Until next time, I'm Christopher Mazurk with Mazloy, where we make marketing convenient so you can have fun.